Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff for beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It shows just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. Today we're playing Pokemon Yellow. So this is the last one in the Gen 1 set of games, and it's a little bit different to Pokemon Red and Blue, so we have some strategies that are worth talking about. Before we get stuck into it, if you do end up enjoying this video, consider subscribing to keep up to date. It helps out the channel a whole bunch, and there should be a new walkthrough out each week. Alright, so first things first, just get through this little intro cutscene here. You're going to go into your options menu, and these are the options that I recommend. Fast, off, and set. You might want to go shift for the last option if you're intending to use multiple Pokemon. But if you just want to use one Pokemon over and over, set that to set. Anyway, head out here, and you want to go up and Professor Oak will stop you. And then we get into this little battle with Pikachu. He will catch the Pikachu and then bring you back to his lab. And then you just go through all this dialogue. Basically, you end up with the Pikachu, and you can fight your rival. So keep hitting Thundershock, and you should get through the fight. And then we'll head out of the lab and up. So you're basically just going to go up here through all the grass. You'll probably get some wild battles and everything, but keep going up through. Go to the shop and go through the dialogue there. Come back out, and then head back down. Alright, you go back into Professor Oak's lab, and he'll give you a big long conversation about the Pokedex. And then you can head out of the lab, and we can head out and actually start our adventure now. Okay, so heading up this route here, we're going to go into the mart and buy a few different things. So we got 5 Pokeballs and 4 potions. So that's just as many Pokeballs and potions as I could realistically get. And this guy gives us a little catching tutorial, and we'll head back up. There's a potion in that tree there as well that you can grab. And I'm going to stop here and get a Nidoran in the grass. So if you want to follow the same Pokemon that I'm getting, you can try and get a Nidoran here. It is one of the best Pokemon for getting through the game. Pikachu is actually pretty bad, even though it's the Pokemon on the cover of this game. So I'm going to go into my Pokemon party and swap Nidoran to first. So that's just using the switch thing, and that'll put him out in battle first. And now every battle I'm going to be trying to use Nidoran here. So we go through a little wild battle with this Metapod here, and we're just gradually going to gain some levels on Nidoran. We got a pretty tough gym fight coming up, so I'd really like some moves with Nidoran that's going to help out with that. So I'm just going through and making sure I get a lot of wild Pokemon battles. You got a Pidgeotto here. Now, if you run into this, it might even be worth swapping to your Pikachu and then using Thundershock on the Pidgeotto. That'd be a very good strategy for getting the Pidgeotto and give you heaps of levels on your Nidoran as well. Anyway, keep going through here. You'll have a trainer battle here as well. Nidoran's level 9 now. And we're just going to keep leveling up a little bit more. Alright, into the gym itself. So if you want, before you go to the gym, you can go to the Poke Center in this town. It's just below the gym. But I'm just going to go straight in because I was in a good situation too. Use potions if you get low on health, and then just keep getting through this. So Horn Attack is going to be really good for getting through these first 2 bits in the gym. Your Pikachu will be pretty useless against this gym, to be honest, so you need to catch another Pokemon. Alright, so we have the Brock fight. So I'm using Leer a couple of times. Basically what Leer does is it lowers the Pokemon's defense. So now when I do use Horn Attack, it's going to be a lot more powerful. I believe Nidoran learns Double Kick pretty quickly, so you may even want to wait till you got Double Kick to get through this fight. But there we go. Speaking of, we just learned Double Kick. So if you're wanting the fight to be a lot easier, you can actually wait till level 12 and learn Double Kick. The difference with Double Kick is it's a fighting type move, which is super effective against Onix there. Now, I just put up on screen a little type chart there. So for example, we use fighting against the rock type, and that's why we were super effective. Try and keep this in mind as you're playing through the game. And I'll point out opportunities where you can use good moves and everything too. But the reason Pikachu was bad against Brock's gym is because they're mostly rock and ground, which electric is not very good against. Anyway, back to the game. We just head out of Brock's gym here and we'll head to the right of town. Pretty much what you want to do is get through this route. So just keep fighting trainers off to the right. Got this one here. Keep using potions to heal up as you need to, but you got this trainer underneath. Metapod's always a pain to deal with. And you will actually get a Poke Center at the end of this route as well to heal up. So Nidoran will eventually evolve into Nidorino. And that just makes it more powerful and everything, so it's a good thing to do. Alright, go and heal up at the Poke Center here. And we can head into Mount Moon. So I'm taking a little detour there to grab a rare candy. What rare candies do is they raise your Pokemon's level by 1. So we'll be using that eventually to level up our Pokemon. And very importantly, I'm grabbing a Moonstone up in the top left corner. And the Moonstone is one of the reasons why we actually got Nidoran. We're going to be able to evolve it again in a second. So I'm going to use that Moonstone on it. And it's going to evolve into Nidoking. So yet again, even more powerful. Now we'll be fairly unstoppable as Nidoking at this early point in the game. Once you've beaten this scientist, you want to select one of the 2 fossils. Doesn't really matter which one you pick. And the difference in Pokemon Yellow is you actually fight Jesse and James from Team Rocket here. So head out of Mount Moon and head to the right. I'm catching a Spearow. We need Pokemon for HMs in this game, and HMs stand for hidden moves. Spearow will learn Fly for us, so that's why we needed a bird type Pokemon, flying type. And we also need a watery Pokemon to learn Surf, and some kind of strong Pokemon to learn Strength. So Spearow is the first HM Pokemon that I've caught. Anyway, go to the rival fight, get your way through that. Double kick on this Eevee works well because Eevee's a normal type and fighting's super effective. And you're going to work your way up Nugget Bridge. So there's sort of 5 trainers here that you want to work up through. Keep going through there. As you need to, dip back down and heal up. And then I'm literally just going to go up the bridge and keep fighting trainers upwards here. It's a huge, huge string of trainers through this section of the game. The last one will give you a nugget and then beat him. Now, this person here actually gives you a Charmander, which is really cool. It's one of the original starters from Red and Blue, and he just gives it to you. So that's always good. Go and grab the Charmander. That's my advice. Going through here, I'm specifically fighting like hikers and stuff because I know I have double kick, which will be super effective. And then when we get to the right here, one more trainer to get through. And then we get to Bill's house. So basically just go and talk to Bill and then talk to the computer and he gives you the ticket to the ship. So with that ship ticket, we're going to make our way back down. Heal up. And we're actually ready to go into the gym. So the gym's just to the right of the Poke Center there. You can go around these trainers if you want, except for the very last one there. And we have Misty. So Thrash, I've learned, is quite a good move. It locks you in once you start using it though, so just be careful about using Thrash, but it is very powerful. It's a normal type move as well, Thrash. Alright, so head down and into here. It's going to make our way all the way down here. And I'm actually going to teach Bubble Beam to Nidoking. Bubble Beam we got from Misty. And it's a water type move. So now we're getting all of our type coverage. So if we run into like a fire type Pokemon or something, we can use Bubble Beam to take that out really easily. I also taught Dig to Charmander. We're not going to use Dig in battle so much. We're actually going to use Dig to get around the game a lot easier. Anyway, get through these 2 fights, and then you head down into the next city. And into the SSN. So in the SSN, just go left down the stairs, and then right, all the way right. I'm going to talk to this dude who's got a few fire-type Pokemon, just use Bubble Beam on him, and then get the Rare Candy behind him. Rare Candies just help us level up, so they're going to be useful in the game. Okay, rival fight here. Thrash is a pretty good choice for his first few Pokemon. You will get confused. But yeah, get through that fight and talk to the captain, and he'll give you a HM for Cut. Now, Cut is a very good move. It's a HM move, so you can just use it to get past like all the trees and everything. It's not that good in battle, but it's very good for getting around the overworld. Okay, so go into here, and this dude will want to talk about Rapidash. Basically, he gives you a bike voucher. So teach Cut to Charmander, use Cut on the tree, and head into the gym. Now, these trash cans are random. So the way the switches work is once you get the first switch, the next switch is usually in one of the 4 cans either side of the original trash can, except sometimes it goes up left to the very top left trash can. So if you keep that in mind to check for the second switch, it's usually one of the ones next to the original trash can, then you should be fine. Okay, I've also taught Nidoking Thunderbolt. So that again is causing us more type coverage. And I've done something really cheeky there. I've gone into Diglett Cave and used Dig with Charmander to dig out. Where we've ended up by doing that is back in Cerulean City, which is a town up. So if you want to get back to this town normally, just walk all the way back up through the tunnel. I just decided to use Dig to get there a little bit quicker. It goes to whatever the last Pokemon Center you used was, so that's why you might not be able to use Dig to get back there if you healed up in Vermilion City. Anyway, go to the right here. And you want to use cut to get through that tree. There's a few trainers to get through on this route here, so just keep going to the right. Now, if you're okay with navigating in the dark, you should be fine to do this next section. If you want the move Flash, that will help you get through the dark cave coming up, and you can get Flash by going all the way to the end of that Diglett cave that I was just in and talking to the scientist. But you can sort of see the structure of this cave as I go through it, so it's not actually too bad to get through. So basically just go right until you hit that ladder, and you want to go down left. Now after that fight, you want to go up through the little gap in the rocks, and right and up again. Then past the trainer, up left, and then up through the ladder, down right through that ladder, past these trainers all the way to the left. Now after the trainers there, you go up through the ladder and down. And then out the ladder, and that's Mount Moon. Rock Tunnel. Okay, get through this fight. He's got a few fire type Pokemon, so Bubble Beam will help a lot there. Thunderbolt, what we learned before, will be good against like water type Pokemon and stuff like that. Okay, we're going to heal up. And head into the game corner, and we'll talk to this guy who's guarding the poster. He'll walk away so we can hit the switch behind the poster and head downstairs. You want to head down as far as you can here and go on the arrows. And then go and talk to this guy. He'll drop the lift key eventually. There we go. And we can use that lift key to get back up the stairs. There's a rare candy there to grab. And we'll head up the stairs here. Those are the arrow patterns you want to take on the floor. And this should get us to the lift. Now we got the lift key, we can head down to B4F. Jesse and James will fight us. And then we'll have a fight with Giovanni. So Bubble Beam is going to help heaps in this fight. You get the Silph Scope, and we can use Charmander to dig out of this section. Okay, so we're going to go to the Mart and go to 5F. We want fresh water and a soda pop. Give her the fresh water. She gives you a TM for Ice Beam. Ice Beam is a fantastic move. We're going to teach it to Nidoking, unsurprisingly. And Nidoking's going to get a lot of type coverage from it. So Ice will be good against like Dragon types, Flying types, all that. So yeah, Ice Beam. So I've got Thrash, Thunderbolt, Bubble Beam, and Ice Beam so far. HM2 was for Fly. So we can teach that to our Spearow. But before we fly away, we're going to head back into town and do the grass gym. Surprise, surprise, now that we've got Ice Beam, Ice is good against grass. So pretty much all these grass types can be taken down with an Ice Beam. So if you think about it, we've now got something that's good against all three of the starting types, fire, wood, and grass. Alright, we got a rival fight here. Now, in this sort of tower thing, all the ghosts are going to be ghosts until we got the Silph Scope, and there's going to be no way to actually get through it without the Silph Scope. So that's why we did that little game corner mission there. As you're climbing up, that little square of like those tiles in the middle of the room here, they heal you up. So you can just step into those to restore your health and PP and everything, much faster than a Poke Center. get a rare candy there. You're sort of forced to grab that. And yeah, this is a bit that you can't get past without a Silph Scope. So I'm going to take care of the Marowak, but you might even want to catch it for like a high level Pokemon that you can get if you'd like to. Alright, go up there. He'll give us a Pokeflute. Pokeflute will wake up a sleeping Pokemon, and conveniently we have a sleeping Pokemon we need to wake up to get to the next bit of the game. Alright, so go to this Snorlax here. We can use the Pokeflute. Now, I'm going to kill it for EXP, but Snorlax is a pretty good Pokemon that you might want to catch if you're wanting another Pokemon. There's a rare candy in the grass there. It's sort of hidden. You have to press A to pick it up and just cycle down Bicycle Road. Heading to the right here now. And up into the gym. So the gym has invisible floors, but you can sort of see them on the footage here. Sorry, invisible walls. Now that I've taken care of that guy, I'm actually going to heal up as well. And I'm going to do a few rare candies just to level up Nidoking a bit. That'll help a lot with the fight. I kind of like to leave rare candies until later in the game if I can. The reason for that is like, you know, level 20 you might need 200 experience to gain a level. Level 44 you might need 2000 experience to gain a level. If you use a rare candy now, it essentially gives you 2000 experience, whereas you use it earlier, it essentially only gives you 200 experience. So it's sort of that mathematics behind it, which is why I leave them a bit later. But of course, the later you leave them, the less time you have benefiting from all your extra levels as well. So it's always a trade-off, rare candies. But that Koga fight in particular was kind of difficult, so that's why I used a bunch of rare candies before that. You also want to use rare candies like only when you've just leveled up, because then you go from the start of a level all the way to the end. Whereas if you're almost about to level up anyway, it's not really worth using a rare candy. Anyway, into Safari Zone, take this path through the Safari Zone. Protein there is always good. That'll up our Pokemon's attack. You got to get the gold teeth down there. And with this bit in particular, maybe don't burn your steps just before you go into this room. Go into the room first. But yeah, get Surf from this dude. And then when you run out of steps, you just get kicked out of the Safari Zone. Alright, we're going to go into this dude. Now, Surf can go to Nidoking. So that'll go over Bubble Beam. And Strength can go to Charmander. So Charmander uses Strength on the boulder. And Surf, while it's a HM move, it'll help us get around the game. It's also just a really good move, like in terms of power and everything. So we're heading right. And we'll head into this building here. So you want to take the elevator up to 5, I think that was. Now, there's an elixir in the tree there. Really important that you grab that. Fight this guy. And then grab the card key. Once we've done that, you want to go down the stairs. And then fight this guy. You basically want to go through this door next to him. There's a rival fight here. So deal with him. And then we get Team Rocket fight here. Use your card key on this door. Get a Giovanni fight. And then this dude gives you the Master Ball. So the Master Ball is really good. It can catch any Pokemon without fail. So use Dig with Charmander. You can head out. And we're going to go up into the gym. So take the left warp as soon as you start. And then after that, you want to just keep going up and down. So if you start on the top one, go down. And if you start on the bottom one, go up. You can actually get all the way to the gym leader just by using that up and down strategy. So like if you never go sideways under the warps, you'll never you'll always get to the gym leader. And now that we've done that, let's head back out. So we're going to talk to Mum and get healed up. We're going to use Surf as Nidoking and go all the way down. Straight down to Cinnabar Island. And we're going into this building here. So go up the stairs, talk to this statue, and then drop down that first hole. And then down the stairs, talk to that statue. And that statue. Get a rare candy there. And another rare candy if you click A on that tile. We're going to get the secret key, and then we're going to sort of... I think I escape roped out, but you can definitely dig out of there as well. Alright, go through these. So no, there are not 9 badges. No, it does not evolve 3 times. What's that? Are electric effective against ground? No. They are not identical. Yes, that's true. And no. Anyway, if you get those wrong, you just fight a trainer, which actually is kind of good because you get experience. So Surf will take down pretty much everything in this gym. And then head out. I'm going to fly back to the second town, Cerulean City. And then bike up to this gym. Now that we've beaten 7 out of 8 gyms, this gym is actually open for us to just fight normally. So we're going to fight a couple trainers here. I'm actually fighting a few optional trainers. This is going to get Nidoking's levels up a bit more. And like, this is sort of the last good spot where there are a bunch of trainers that we can just freely fight, essentially. Apart from maybe Victory Road right before the Pokemon League. But, you know, this is one of the best places to gain levels in the late game. Okay, Giovanni has mostly ground type Pokemon, so Surf will take care of them pretty easily. And then that fight's done. Alright, heading out of the gym there. Alright, we've basically got one more thing to do, and that's go left to the Pokemon League. We'll have a little rival fight here, so take care of him. And then up. So these guys are going to check all your badges as you go through past them. And then keep just going up. And this is Victory Road. So it's the last sort of cave dungeon thing before we get to the final end of the game. You want to use Strength and push this boulder around. Grab that rare candy, and I'm actually going to use pretty much all the rare candies now on Nidoking because that was the last one I needed to grab. This boulder can go around. And there we go. That's Victory Road. So straight up into the Poke League, we heal up our Pokemon, and we'll want to get some healing items as well. So this guy can sell us full restores. You might want to buy some revives as well. Just be aware of that. So full restores and revives. If you want, like, max potions are okay. But full restores also heal a status if you get like a status issue. Okay, through Lorelei, mostly Thunderbolt and stuff will handle it. Hopefully you grabbed the elixir that I mentioned up in Silph Tower, like ages back. Basically what the elixir does is it restores all the PP on all your moves, because you're about to do 5 fights all in a row, and you're probably going to run out of PP when you do that. So I hope you've got that elixir. Otherwise, it's just going to be a little bit harder if you don't, that's all. Okay, so yeah, Thunder or Ice against the flying types. Sort of like Surf and stuff against these guys. Just anything which has higher PP than everything else. For the Dragon Trainer, I've just used the Elixir there, by the way. For the Dragon Trainer, basically Ice will take care of almost everything except for the Gyarados, which is the first one. Gyarados you could use like Thunder on. And sometimes your Ice moves will freeze the other Pokemon. But yeah, anything Dragon type, Ice will just take care of it. Okay, last fight, we got our rival. You'll notice the battle animations are turned on for this fight. Okay, yeah, Ice against that guy. Whatever you want against him. Probably Thunder against a Cloyster and Water against Flareon. And then we're done. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful. That's going to be all, and thanks so much for watching.